If you're anything like I used to be a couple of months ago, you may think about beatboxing as people making weird sounds against a microphone, and I wouldn't blame you for it, but I must tell you, you are severely mistaken. It's an amazing music style, and people that make it have an amazing discipline that lets them to make some crazy sounds, and I'm frankly obsessed with them. But I must tell you, other than a music enjoyer, I'm a visual artist, and I really want to improve my art every time that I can. Not Pereira, my favorite visual artist, said that current manga style is really based on heavy mouths, expressive mouths, and making it bigger and brighter when it comes to mouths. And I thought that there would be no better reference point than beatboxing, where your mouth is the instrument, where making sounds has all about position, tongue's position, like teeth position, the way your lips move to take the air, everything is so meticulous that I think it's one of the greatest resources you can have. So welcome and behold, my weirdest art study at the moment. Let's throw some teeth based on beatboxing. The references that we'll be using today are Azel, Shogo, Jin Shinozaki, Terrastain, and Haido, which are 6 of my favorite beatboxers. I admire them deeply, so please don't think I'm using unflattering poses just to be weird about them. No, I really like them, and I enjoy all of their content a lot. I'm not being mean, I promise. I love them all so much. My first reference was Azel, and let me tell you something. This man does know how to make a good drawing references. Oh god, this is amazing for me. But before I start getting all fangirl about them, let me tell you what I understood about drawing mouths and teeth thanks to this man. First of all, I think we all draw teeth like knowing they exist. But how much time do you think about its volume? Because for me, I took a very long time to start considering volume. Since I mostly draw people up front with a lot of spiciness in their pose, let me tell you that I really don't need the volume that much. But drawing this man, oh my gosh. Volume was the most that I needed, because teeth had their shape. It's, first of all, they have volume. Front teeth are a lot flatter, but the more far back you go, more volume they have. They're wider and thicker, so you really need to understand when to make that switch. It also depends a lot on the position the mouth is seen. Most of the time, at least for me, I don't see people from, I don't see that people down. I'm short. So, I don't really get to see parts of their mouth that I could see, because this man is laying forward to a microphone. So I could see details of his teeth that I couldn't see, because, I never see that perspective of people. So that's something interesting and something that we should totally get considering. A lot of my references were amazingly moving their mouths, and that's something so great, because as I said, volume is important, but most importantly, that volume is the fact that volume has a reduced space. What I did to make these sketches better was drawing first the whole row of teeth, and then adding lips, and then adding cheeks, because without it, that would be a complete disaster. I think sometimes we forget that all teeth need to be there for them to have logic. So drawing and then adding skin, that was great, because that's how human body works. It's not like the teeth that you don't see, they don't exist. They don't exist, and they all are connected. And I think that's something that I forgot until I did that second posing, because really, teeth move in opposite directions really weirdly. It's very weird to move one part of your mouth while the other remains. That looks weird. And I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm saying it's weird and you don't see it all the time. That's why I chose beatboxing. Beatboxing have some weird ass poses. Like, I love how much they need to take account to make a sound, especially as an artist perspective. Because understanding the fact that they need to be connected in order for them to work, it's one great first step to understanding how to draw them. Like, you can see, and you will see the final sheet, the final reference sheet that I used, and you may think, oh, that's a bunch, like a cool of bunch. I'm talking words. A bunch of cool mouths. There it is. A bunch of cool mouths just open there and looking nice. But really, they took a lot of practice, and this is why I love recording the process for you to see, because I think a lot of the time you need to see the whole process to understand where I messed up. Here I was messing up hard, really hard, on how volume work, especially taking account that the tongue is getting with teeth. Okay, there's not only teeth now, there's a tongue with those teeth, and that tongue covers some teeth, and that tongue moves around teeth. And I if I were another type of artist, like an SFW type of artist, I would also had practice saliva, even if I don't see it in the reference, just because I think this will be great. Playing with the tongue is some amazing thing to do, and it looks amazing, because I think mouths have a big science that you really don't get to see all of the time. Really, when beatboxing, you start getting when seeing beatboxing, it's not like I beatbox, I don't know how to do that, I would love to, but I suck. Whatever. As I was saying, when you start seeing more beatbox, you start getting used to people making weird faces all the time. And for me, that I had zero knowledge about beatboxing, I started to understand that it was not only weird, it was necessary. And it was common. It really was common, because the most important thing is sound. So you gotta move your mouth, it's gotta move, you have nothing to do with it, against that. And I think that's amazing, really, because I didn't know how much you could move your mouth until I saw beatboxing. Really, beatboxing is mind-blowing, but understanding that your mouth is capable of moving that way and provoking those sounds, that's something extremely amazing and extremely out of the ordinary for me. I really didn't know what I was doing or how I was doing it for drawing, because I didn't know mouths could move that way. You are not seeing it, but in my phone I had a bunch of skeleton references just for me to understand how the hell does a mouth work, because I just couldn't make sense of it, because my mouth has never moved that way. Thankfully, I have a beatboxer next to me, so I could see closely when he was doing things. I know that sounds weird. Okay, you be grateful that you have references that do not see you seeing at them, because I think I look dang weird trying to see what was going on their mouth. But okay, you have no other choice. Look up in Pinterest beatboxing, and I'm gonna upload this specifically to Pinterest. But dude, the only thing that appeared to me was Katsuki Bakugo with a microphone in his face. I didn't even think he was beatboxing. So yeah, not a great reference, and I'm here to encourage you to really look for your references, because I think a lot of the times we can see hey, drawing reference or mouth reference. As I say, Hokage Horikoshi is one of my favorites, but I'm not gonna draw how I'm not gonna learn how to draw mouth from his way of drawing mouths, because then I'll be learning how to make my style out of his style instead of my style. like thanks to reality, and I don't think that's the greatest way to do it. So really, I had to like decide to like go by myself. And looking for mouse references, you don't get as deep thing or as much as references as you may need if you're, dude, imagine if you're doing a beatboxing character, like a beatboxer character, like what are you doing there? That's what I'm saying. Really look for your references. Look for your references and really look in the weirdest places possible. I think we don't, as artists, most of the time we're like, oh, but posting books or like photos that they took specifically for posing. If you study like a live model is also an option. Like those are options that I didn't have because first of all, I'm not an art student, and second of all, I'm broke. So I did what I could, and that thing that I could is called like looking and really searching for a reference that will help me. In this case, my reference is Starring, and I first of all check out his covers. He rocks. I think this is Begging cover. Oh, by the way, last reference was, I think it was Azel. I think he was his wildcard for like this year or latest. I'm gonna put all of the links in the description, by the way. But like what I'm saying, other than check out these men, all of them are amazing. All of them are extremely talented, and I love them dearly. But what I'm saying is, a lot of them, they're just doing their craft. And it's really important for us to understand that someone posing is not the same as someone like doing what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna give you a great example. People singing. If you sing, I sing. If you sing, you know, sometimes your face doesn't look as good because you are not, you know, showing. Like you're just showing off. You're making a sound, and in order for that sound to like work, you need to be doing something the way it's intended to be. Right now, I'm making some exaggerated things so my voice is heard clearly through a microphone. It's not like if I were posing, I wouldn't look the same way that I am, like, that I look right now. Because I'm not posing, I'm doing things so my voice can be heard. And this is exactly the same. A lot of times when we're doing, we're seeing poses, well, it really depends on which, but because there's a lot of things that can be posed, but there's some things that cannot. And this is the kind of things that cannot be posed. How much time do you see people doing the kind of things that these men do? It's really weird. And that's why it's so amazing. And I don't want this video to be just like, hey, check out beatboxing and don't do anything about it. No, really. I mean it as try. And I'm not only saying like, oh, try this very same exercise of drawing beatboxers, which I really suggest. Like, I would totally suggest you to go around, check out some crazy ass beatboxers and learn from them. But not only, but I'm trying to tell you, anything can be an art study. Anything can be an art study, and that's really weird. Because for the most time, I saw art studies and went like, oh, that's great. Or when I started doing my own art studies, I think my first one, like for YouTube, is Dance. I started doing my art studies, and I didn't really understood what I was trying to do, because I was just planning ahead, like what I saw other people do as art studies. And even though it's great, it's not what I'm looking for right now. You do not have that reference with beatboxing, for example. And understanding that I had the capability of doing my own art studies depending on what I wanted was amazing. You totally, like, if you saw how I did this, I'm pacing a lot in like the whole face so I can understand how the muscles are moving. I was really trying to understand how a skeleton works. You didn't see it here because I can't record everything that I do. This screen recording is like 3 hours long, more. And that's only the tip of the iceberg of everything that I did for this. Like, even understanding how the nose work was important. Like, the thing that you're seeing is not half as much as you may need. I'm showing you the basis of what made me work the way that it worked for me, but I'm not saying it is the same as you do. Maybe you are having like trouble with drawing more relaxed poses because you think everything looks too stiff. So maybe and probably these won't help you. They won't help you at all because these people are making noises that they are practicing. Like, really, if you hear a beatboxer talk to you about how they make a sound, you'll understand it's not only just press your mouth against the mic and let it happen. It really has its thing and it's really meticulous. So you really need to understand where to look. You want to make a singer? Well, look for people singing live. Check out theater. It really is about understanding what you need and how you need it. Like, for this, like, drawings, I really really like Jair's music, but I thought I wouldn't even add them because, dude, they like their videos are really really far away, and that's a bit complicated for me to get a reference. Just when I got the references that I needed and the ones that I really felt comfortable by using, then that was another thing. And I really need to tell you that sometimes being a fan doesn't mean they're the greatest reference ever. And I'm not only saying this for beatboxing, I'm talking about everything. And I'm really really a fan of Wing and Black Girl. I love those two so much. I think they are my favorite. Well, I have another favorite beatboxer order, but I'll talk about him later. But really, what I'm saying is, I love them, but they have their microphone against their mouth all the time. Of they just don't make as interesting poses as I need them to do in order like to be part of this video. And I'm not saying like, oh, the elite and socialite is part of this video. Not at all. Believe me, I drew like people that I like totally, but people that were helpful. And that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes helpful doesn't mean how much you like them. Helpful doesn't mean how much you love the art style. For example, I totally love like Death Note art style. I don't remember the artist, I'm so sorry. I love Death Note art. I think it's amazing, but I don't want to learn how to paint that way. You know, my painting art, I use like so bright colors that I would never be able to color that way, even if I'm obsessed with how they're drawing. And I love how they draw hands, but that's just not something that I'm into and not something that I'm gonna use. And this is why understanding your very own art studies is so important. You can just understand things the way that like you do while understanding its purpose. You just can't understand something without understanding its purpose. That's just something weird. It's not something that you can do like, oh, today I discovered that I want to understand how things work. Like, I want to make a TV, but I don't know how its components are. You just don't get a screen and expect it to work. That's the very same explanation. You really need to start paying attention of what you're doing as an art study. I must tell you, there are some amazing artists that do crazy art work, like art studies that you can learn from. I love Ray. Regan's a Ninja. I think their channel still do that. I'm a bit lost in that, but like, I love Ray. They're one of my favorite artists ever. Like, I love them so much, and I love what they do, and I have imitated some of their things. Like, I love it, but sometimes you just need to understand that what works for someone else doesn't work for you, and that's part of being an artist. You need to like understand what works for you, what doesn't, and how it does, and understanding that this is only one video. You're seeing like 3 hours of recording, and even though they're 3 hours, and believe me, They took their dang time. They were hard as hell. I wanted to kill myself from out of them. There are only 3 hours. You didn't see all the sketches that I did in my sketchbook. You didn't see the times that I wanted to die. I think there are some parts of this spit paint that are lost. Your art study will never be this fast as what you're seeing. The 3 hours are not even enough. I'm still working on this. I'm still practicing. This is just the base of what I'm understanding. And now, like, you can see some progress here, but it's not like, oh my god, I got so much better and I'm perfect now because I drew for 3 hours. Not at all. I would love to tell you, oh my god, I'm such a great artist now, and I would be lying if I didn't tell you I improved, because I improved. But I am not the greatest artist because of this. I'm the greatest artist because I understood what I was doing. And I really hope you can learn that for yourself and for your own art studies and love it. But now that I have talked a lot, and I gave you some time to like learn, let me fangirl for a second, okay? Because I really wanted to make some fan art. And I'm drawing my favorite beatboxer. His name is Moisix. Love him. Love him, please. Oh my god, I'm gonna be such a simp in this couple of minutes. Because, first of all, I love drawing curly hair. If you saw my Mufasa video, you know how proud I am of that little Mufasa. I love him. But really, other than being a fangirl of this man and what he does, I want to be a fangirl of all beatboxers that I have been looking. The men that I have drawn today have been amazingly talented. Like, I'm drawing right now this fan art because I like this beatboxer, but I couldn't draw him. I really wanted to draw him, but I couldn't. But I really think there's some talented people that deserve so much love. Their discipline and the amount of time that they like give to this craft is amazing. If you by any chance are inspired by this and decide to use beatboxing as your reference, show them some appreciation. Like, one of the things that I think is most treacherous about the beatbox community is the fact that not all of them have fan art, and it's not as common as you think. The only one that I have seen that has fan art is Wing, and even though I love Wing, he is my complete favorite after my 6. Like, he's just like the only one that I see that he receives fan art, and even if I love him and I think he's amazing, he's just like one. And a lot of people who like they dedicate so much time to this, they deserve getting fan art too. They deserve this love. So please, if you are by any chance interested in beatboxing, thanks to this video, first of all, I'm honored because I'm happy to share, I don't know, the gospel around. I'm happy to share it. But please, consider checking that out. Not only Moisix, even though I must tell you he's amazing. And he has such a cute song. Like, he has just two things upload. Please, someone tell him that to upload more. Please, someone tells him there's a guy simping over there. Don't tell him. Oh my god, it would be so embarrassing if someone did tell him, like, hey, this weirdo is simping on you. That's another topic. Nobody will tell him. I hope. Oh my god, that would be so embarrassing, but whatever. What I'm saying is not just him. A lot of amazing artists are waiting in beatbox to be recognized. A lot of artists are waiting for their chance, and I think it would be amazing if we give them that chance. Really, it's something amazing. They're all extremely talented. They are so passionate about their craft. Dude, they live for what they do. And even, like, I must tell you, like, getting those sounds is no hard it's not an easy task. It's really hard, and I really hope that they get all of the love that they deserve. That's why I did not only draw this fan art, I drew a whole lot more, but to be honest, they took a handful of hours. They all took at least half an hour. Some of them took me 2 hours. This, I think, took me I would say an hour and a half probably because of that hair. I love curly hair. You must know that. I love curly hair and I love drawing it, but it takes the time. And that's why you're not seeing those fan arts today. I'm gonna be uploading it into like not tomorrow's, next week's video, which I'm gonna talk about art style. And I think it's really interesting to understand what like where do art style comes, and the fact that I do not have one. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how artists like understand art style, but for that we're gonna be using that like fan art. All of the fan art will be uploaded sooner or later because oh, news, I'm moving. I'm no longer, well, I will be no longer posting on Blue Sky. Now I'll be on Twitter. So I'm gonna do a post of it later, but like just so you know, this will be like posted with the like I think the expectation, or mostly the idea for them, that for the beatboxers to maybe see it, because at the end of the day, this is my way of showing them how much I admire them and appreciate them. So if you see in my Instagram this, even though I don't usually post in Instagram, that's why. And I hope to see you in next week's video. If you liked it, subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye bye.